So I know I was supposed to make this video a couple of weeks ago at this point, but I've been really busy. This video is about my experience with CG Cosmetics. Okay, so I decided I wanted to go there because I seen ads on Facebook. And I really wanted Dr. Crow for my doctor. I at the time did not know he had his own practice. I didn't find that out until after I gave CG I paid for my surgery all up front. They had planned it for, I think I paid for my procedure in early March. My procedure was April 8th. From March to April, my coordinator didn't help me with anything. I had to pretty much do everything on my own. Like, find my hotel, close to the center. She didn't answer any of my questions. She barely answered the phone when I called or text or emailed. I didn't, I wasn't able to get much information on anything, like questions about the surgery, questions about the doctor, any question I have for her, even down to just helping me plan my stay there. How many days am I supposed to stay? How long is the procedure going to take? What do I need to bring with me for recovery? She didn't help me with any of this. So I planned my trip like I want a couple days to enjoy Miami because I've never been. And I figured I needed to be there for my post-op appointment, so I gave myself 2 days after my surgery. When I got to Miami, before I got to Miami, I made sure I went to my doctor and got blood work done because to my knowledge, I know I needed to have that at least done for that. When trying to get in touch with the coordinator, Joanna was my coordinator. I had tried to get in touch with her to ask her everything that I needed from the doctors and everything. She finally, at least a couple of days before, sent me everything I needed to get from my doctor, supposedly. She gave me the wrong information, and when I got down to Miami, they didn't tell me until the day before my surgery that I didn't have all the paperwork I needed. And they said there was nothing that they could do at this point. They probably weren't gonna be able to refund me. I started getting stressed out, like, cause I'm like, it's the day before my surgery. Let me call my doctor and see if she can like send it down here. I called my doctor. The doctor's office couldn't get in touch with the center. I called my coordinator to help me. She said, oh, she can't. For some reason, she couldn't get in touch with the people I'm supposed to talk to there. I don't understand. What is the point of them being your coordinator if they're not going to help you? I tried to call the CG Cosmetics all that morning. Couldn't get them on the phone. I even went by there, and their customer service sucks. They don't acknowledge you when you come in. They act like they can't speak English. And I say act like they can't speak English. A lot of them speak Spanish. And the only time that I did get someone to speak English is when they realized that they wanted to charge me an extra $500 because they claimed they didn't charge my card when I initially paid. She spoke clear English to take my money. I was very upset about that. I'm now ready for my surgery, and they say, no, well, you can't have surgery. You have to go and see one of our doctors because we're not going to accept your doctor's clearance. They weren't specific on what kind of clearance they needed. My doctor sent them the clearance, and I brought them the clearance form from, because I live in New Jersey, I brought it from my doctor in New Jersey. They wouldn't accept that. So I'm like sitting here like, what can I do? Because I basically would have wasted all this money coming down to Miami for a surgery, and I'm not even going to get surgery now. You telling me this hours before I'm supposed to have surgery? So they changed my surgery date to the next date. They made it so that I can go see their doctor. But then the catch was, to see their doctor for clearance, that's an extra $180. Why didn't they should say that up front, because they're not going to accept your doctor's clearance papers. They only want you to go to their doctor, and they want you to pay that extra $180. I was very upset about that, which my surgery was set for that day at 7 o'clock in the morning. I was supposed to get surgery that afternoon. I came in that afternoon. I sat there for 3 hours before I was able to get my surgery. When I get in the room, they were first saying that they didn't have the size that I picked out. So now I'm upset because why don't you have the sizes? I went through the whole sizing process. They wrote it down on paper. You're supposed to have the size that I chose. Now they don't know where everything is. Now I'm getting upset because now I'm sitting in the pre-op, I guess, yeah, the pre-op room, about to get surgery, and now you don't have my sizes. I don't know what happened, but they ended up finding it. I went in and had my surgery. Dr. Crow, everything. He came in the room. He explained the procedure. Explained that I actually wanted to go with either one or two sizes, 650 or 700. I kind of at the last minute changed and wanted 700, but he said it wouldn't fit my chest cavity, which I think they came out pretty okay. I just wish they were a little bit bigger, but that's not really a boob grade thing. I would say the only part of CG that I appreciated was Dr. Crow and the surgical staff. Everything else about there, they don't answer the phone. They don't answer your questions. They're very nasty when they speak to you in person and on the phone. Their customer service skills are crap, and they barely speak any English, and I think that's messed up for you not to speak any English and you're dealing with English-speaking patients. I understand that a lot people that do go there are Spanish, but you do also deal with English-speaking customers, so you should have somebody in the office that can like speak English and understand it. That's not okay, especially if you have people come there from different places in the world, and you can't answer their questions. You can't provide them the customer service that they need, especially if you're dealing with people that are about to get cut open in any shape, form, fashion. You be it getting your boobs done, a tummy tuck, a BBL. You're like doing surgery on somebody. Why can't you have the bedside manner to answer their questions and make sure they feel okay about everything? Okay, so now my surgery is done. I didn't get out of there until like 10 o'clock at night. Don't know how long my surgery was. I know right after I woke up from my surgery, they were kind of really like pushy, and I took it as pushy, mean, and nasty, because they're like, okay, surgery's over. Put your clothes on. You have to go. Like trying to push me out the door. It's not my fault that you pushed my surgery back so far that you're ready to go home now. They should have took my doctor's clearance, but messing with their system is very, very messed up. So next day, it was a Sunday, so the office was closed, and I had ended up coming out for Gay Pride weekend in Miami, and I hadn't known that. But even though I wasn't in like, extreme pain, so I decided to take a couple pain pills and go to the beach and see the festivities and everything. So the next day comes around, I go for my post-op. they had me sitting there in like pain because by the time they see me, my pain pills wore off. And they had us sitting there for hours and hours and hours. And then we finally go see the doctor, and he just like takes the dressing the dressing off and put the new dressing on, and he's just like, oh, okay, well, will you be you'll be back. He wanted me to come back in 3 days, and I'm just like, well, I'm going home tomorrow because my coordinator didn't tell me the amount of time I needed to stay for post-op. And he was like, well, I suggest you not do that, but my trip was already prepaid, so what was I going to do? So I went home. So I go home the next day and everything, and I'll be 2 months post-op in 3 days. I haven't received a phone call from the doc. Well, I speak to my doctor because he gave me his personal phone number. And he gave me his personal phone number so I can call him if I have any problems. That's why I love my doctor. I haven't received a call from my coordinator or anybody from CG Cosmetics to find out how is my recovery going. Am I okay? Is there any problems? They just pretty much don't care. As soon as they get your money and whenever they feel like giving you your service, they'll do that, and they push you out the door, and they don't care nothing about you after that. And I completely didn't appreciate the hassle they had me going through the day before my surgery. It was uncalled for and could have been avoided had they answered the phone. I don't understand when people take your money and they're doing a surgery on you and they can't be pressed enough to answer the phone when you call. Every time I called, I got the voicemail. Every time I called, I couldn't get... I'm sorry for all the craziness in the background. It's so loud. But it's bad when you can't go somewhere and expect the service to be done, and they don't care about you. They only care about money. It's like they were pushing out surgeries back to back to back to back to back. And I understand the price is very alluring or whatever, but I'd rather pay a little bit extra money not to go through the hassle they had me go through and the heartache and the pain of, oh my God, being stressed out. I know my blood pressure got raised from feeling like, oh my God, this is not going to happen now because they're unorganized and they don't care to make sure everything is right on their end. And I had to make sure everything was right on their end and on my end. It stressed me out completely while I was there. And I would have preferred a much calmer, organized situation. And they are completely I'm sorry, I have a cold. They're completely unorganized in there. They just, to me, they really don't care about nothing except for getting that money. And once they get the money, they will go back to treating you like you're nobody, you're nothing. Like, okay, come in for your surgery. But they was busting out surgeries back to back. I don't even know how sterile the room is because there literally is one operating room in there. One or maybe two. And they're like back to back surgeries. And it's crazy. So the review I would give them, the center itself, I would give them a 1. If I had to give them a star of 1 out of 5 stars, I'd give them 1. Probably wouldn't give them no stars. Their doctors, I don't know the other doctors, but Dr. Crow I give him a 5-star rating. He is awesome. Now, knowing what I know now, which I would have known then, I would have paid the extra, I think, 1,000 or 1,500, and I would have went to his private practice because I hear they're more organized and they care about their patients. CG does not care about their patients at all. Not at all. One of my friends went and had her surgery done 2 days after me. She had the same exact issue, and I'm just like, well, it can't be me because, well, it can't just be me because other people were saying this. While I was in the post-op waiting room, everyone had the same story about the reception, about their coordinators, about how bad the service is there. And I'm just like, wow, that's awful that you could, it's crazy how you can run a business and everything can be organized and everything. You can just care about money, but everybody just, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess as long as they have good doctors, I guess that's all that really matters. But the craziness and stress you're going to have to go through leading up to actually getting to see the doctor, because you don't have a personal consult with the doctor. You have it with whatever coordinator is there, and then you're stuck with that coordinator until your surgery. And I personally just think they could do better. So, if you have any more questions about anything that I might not have touched base on, I can't really think of anything that I didn't go over. But it was very hectic and very crazy and very unorganized. And I was very upset leading up to the minutes before my surgery. So, I'm still not pleased with them as of now, but I'm happy with my boobs. They're healing. They're healing. They're boobs. They're there. So, I do plan on getting a BBL in the next coming months. I will not be going to CG Cosmetics, not whatsoever. I would not tell anyone, like, I wouldn't pass along, like, oh, you should go to CG. No. When I'm on Instagram or on Facebook and I'm talking about Dr. Crow, I talk about him only. I do not hashtag CG nothing. I hashtag Dr. Crow doll. That's what I am. I'm not CG nothing. I would never tell anyone to go there. The customer service is completely horrible. They suck. Never. So I would say if you can pay the extra money to go to whatever doctor you choose that works at CG, go to their private practice. Do not go to CG, because they will have you stressed out and very upset in the moments leading up to your surgery. Of course, you're going to be happy if you're going for a boob job. Of course, you're going to be happy because you're going to walk in with flat chest and you come out with boobs. Like, that's good. That's the only good thing. The doctors, that's the only thing that I'm going to speak on. Like, the center itself, it sucks. It is, they're horrible there. The coordinators, all of the coordinators that of other people I know went there, were really not helpful. And they weren't really good. And I feel like if you're going to be going through a procedure like this and you're supposed to be relaxed and calm, and I was not relaxed or calm moments before my surgery. And I feel like that wasn't fair to me, but I'm happy with my results that had nothing to do with CG. All Dr. Crow. I give him props 100%. I give him 5-star reviews and ratings. He deserves it. He is an amazing doctor. And if you can, pay the extra money, go see him, his private office. Do not go to CG Cosmetics. So that's about it. Like I said, if you have any other questions pertaining to this video, drop them in the comments below. I do try to respond to my comments when they get up there. It's when I get whenever I get a notification. If I'm available, I answer it immediately, no later than a day. So I hope this was helpful for those who were asking me to make this video. And if I were you, I would just do a little bit more research on other places and other doctors, not even other doctors, just other places, or see where the doctors that do work there, where else they work, and try to go there and see them, because the hassle of CG is just, it's ridiculous, seriously.